Good day! Welcome to Mom She Teaches M's classroom. Join me as we explore the wonders of Mathematics 8. Hope you learned something new today. The sum and difference of two cubes. A polynomial of the form a cubed plus b cubed or a cubed minus b cubed is called the sum or difference of two cubes, where two cubic terms are added or subtracted together. Remember the pattern on special products? A plus b multiplied to the trinomial a square minus ab plus b square. The product we get is a cubed plus b cubed. On the other hand, if we multiply a minus b with the trinomial a square plus ab plus b square, the product we get is a cubed minus b cubed. Applying the pattern on special products, we can factor out the sum and difference of two cubes. Remember, factoring is the inverse of multiplying polynomials. For instance, we factor a cubed plus b cubed or a cubed minus b cubed. To get the factor of this, we follow the pattern a plus b times the trinomial a square minus ab plus b square, or a minus b times the trinomial a square plus ab plus b square. To get the factor of the sum and difference of two cubes, we also need to answer these questions. How will you get the first and the second term of the binomial factor? To get the first and the second term of the binomial factor, we simply get the cube root of the first and the second term. Next, how about its sign? Whatever the sign of our product, that will also be the sign of our binomial factor. If we have the plus sign here, we also copy the plus sign in our binomial factor. The same thing, if we have minus sign in your product, your binomial factor will also be a minus sign. How is the first term of the trinomial factor related to the first term of the binomial factor? The first term of the trinomial factor is the square of the first term of the binomial factor. What about the two last terms of the trinomial factor? How are they related to the binomial factor? The last term of the trinomial factor is also the square of the second term of our binomial factor. Where do you think the middle term of the trinomial factor comes from? The middle term of the trinomial factor will be the product of the first and the second term of the binomial factor. What happened to its sign? In our binomial factor, if we use the plus sign, the trinomial factor will be the opposite sign of the binomial factor. If we have the plus sign here, the trinomial factor will be a minus sign for the middle term. If you have the minus sign in the binomial factor, then the middle term of the trinomial factor will become a plus sign. After multiplying the two factors, what can you say about each of the product? The product of a binomial and a trinomial will become a binomial. That will be the cube of A is A cube, the cube of B is B cube. Whatever the sign of the binomial factor, that is again the sign of the product. Whatever the sign of the binomial factor, if it's a minus sign, you will simply have the minus sign also in your product. That's all for today. See you in our next video lessons. Keep safe, everyone.